I am Vinita from Team Rebooks, and today I am with Irleen Kaur, our summer book writing festival author. She stood on track 12 and written a wonderful story, Joint Family, God's Gift. So, over to you, Irleen. Can you tell us about yourself? Which standard are you studying? And what gave you this idea to write this?
So, hi everyone, I am Irleen Kaur. I study in 7th class of VCM Arya Model, Senior Secondary School, Shastri Nagar, Ludhiana. So, like joint family, in my joint family, there are like 15 to 20 members. So, when I wrote my first book, that was Magical Paradise. So, some relatives, my uncle and aunt, visited us after a long time. They came from Australia, and then we handed them, like, we gifted them my book, my first book. So, they said, like, wow, you have a. So, your next book should be regarding something joint family as you live in such a big family, so that should be your idea. At that time I like didn't thought about it much, but uh, when our school sent the message of books during the summer vacations, at that time I remember that what they said, and like an idea sparked in my mind that like it's a good opinion, I should follow it. If I'm able to, I will try my best to write about it. And my parents also helped me by giving new ideas, and of course my family by noticing the chaos, lovely playing the love between the family, joint connection and shared responsibility. So I got this idea.
That's such a wonderful thing to live with, with a large family, and you have different members of the family doing different things. Sometimes there must be
Yes.
moments that a serious moment can become or turn into a funny incident. So, can
Yes,
you
ma'am.
also tell us about some of such incidents that you have mentioned in your book from the real, experiences that you had in your, family dynamics?
Yeah, ma'am. Ma'am, like once my cousins me and my cousins were playing. So while playing, my cousins broke my favorite vase actually. That was gifted by someone very special to me. So I felt a little bit bad. I was about to scold them for what they had done. But then suddenly my grandmother appeared, and she told that everyone can make mistakes. So instead of scolding them, you should teach them that play carefully so that they don't make the mistakes in future. And even my uncle and aunt joined us in cleaning all the mess.
Wow.
So this is one of the
Yeah.
cases.
Okay.
And like due to some like my mother and father had to go for they are actually CAs, so they had to go like for
Okay.
one
Got it.
meeting that was out of the town actually. So during that period my family members played such a great role in taking care of me, like feeding me with great stories at night told by my grandmother and grandfather, with tasty and yummy snacks made by my like uncle and aunt, and playing with my cousins. Even my buat helped me during the studies at that time. So it was such a great moment. I like never missed them in that time period. They took such great care of me.
Of course, I mean, there's so many advantages when you are surrounded by, family members who love you. So, tell me, I mean, I'm sure, when you're planning vacations, then it must be, with different family groups that you are planning for those vacations. And like you said, that it's always a benefit that if your parents are traveling or someone else is traveling, the kids can come together, stay, spend time, and have some very, very happy moments together. So I think, living in a joint family is like being on holidays, because you really don't have
Yep.
to be worried about so many things. Tell me, since you have a large family, what kind of responsibilities you take up, when
Yeah.
somebody has to go somewhere, or there are moments, where the other person is not available. Then what kind of responsibilities do you take?
Yeah, ma'am. Ma'am, like I am the eldest cousin and eldest sibling in my joint family. So like there are four youngest cousins than me. And like in you might know that in joint family every day feels like a festival, but sometimes there are moments like someone is not available for something. So like that, at that time my aunt had to visit her mother in a hospital due to some condition. Of like her daughters, I took care of my cousins at that time. And sometimes like my mother father also likes to go for a walk at night. At that time also I handle my sibling. So small responsibilities like that. As I am also learning cooking and baking side by side, so when someone is not available I make evening snacks for them. So that's the small responsibilities that I take.
That's a great responsibility, because you're the, you kind of have to manage everybody, and it's not easy to manage young kids. So that's a very, very
Yes.
huge responsibility, and you should be proud of it. So tell
Thank
me,
you, ma'am.
what kind of games do you play, because I'm sure you have cousins, so there are so many things that you can go do together. So, do you ever feel that, your friends get upset or complain that you are not spending much time with them?
Ma'am, not such, because like when my friends come over, my cousins get along with them very well, and they also get along. So like when my friends come over, we are like 10 to 15 people with only us are only 10 to 15 people including my friends. So we play many games, like we go at the terrace to play games, or like we do dancing, watching movies, playing carom, cooking. Many such games we play. Usually my sisters love to do dance, so like we play something related to dance, only dance and music.
Wonderful. So it's a gala time, for everyone. So,
Yes, ma'am.
now I'll ask you, how is your journey, of writing the story? I am sure, it didn't come in one go, the entire plot, characters, and the scenes that you have, depicted. So, how many days did you take, and did you feel any moment where you felt like giving up, or you felt stuck in the story? So, if you felt that, what kind of steps or measures did you take to complete the story and make it so wonderful to read?
Ma'am, actually, when we were visiting a nanny house, as they had made their new house, so like we spent 2 to 3 days there only. So like when I came back to Ludhiana, I noticed that only 2 to 3 days were left for completing the book, for publishing the book. And for publishing also, it was written that it might take 1 day, or it can also take more than that. So, like, approximately, we had 1 day to complete the book and write 40 to 50 pages. That was the moment my mind started thinking that let's just give up because it's not gonna get complete. So, but my parents said that let us give it a try. If this happens, then it's good, or maybe it can be a hit and a miss. So, like, I started writing, and while I kept writing for hours, that whole day was like very difficult for me because I had to write and get inspired. And I was really getting annoyed because my younger siblings and my cousins were keep interrupting me. What are you doing? Oh, tell us also. We also want to do that. Can we sit with you? So a type of whole family came around me because they had never seen me this serious about something that I stayed in my room whole day. So they were curious to know what were I doing, and they were also a little bit worried that whether I was okay or not. So in that also some moments kept disrupting me, but ma'am, that moments also inspired me with some new ideas. Those moments inspired me. So it was a hit and a miss.
So I'm sure when you were, I mean, I've seen that when you revisit your story to understand if I've made any mistake or correct that, or probably sometimes we have issues like formatting where we start the para in between and the chapter numberings are haywire. So tell me, when you're doing that, and like you shared that it was a task that you completed in a very short time. So did you feel tired, or did you take help from your parents, or did you ask anybody to proofread your story so that it can be kind of published with most polished manner?
Like I took help, a little bit help from everyone. I like told them that could you please read my story, I have made this. If there are any improvements or any more ideas coming in your mind, you can tell me. I would add it in between the chapters only, because that would improve, that would polish my story. So everyone gave their opinion, and that opinion made my story even more wonderful. So, like, everyone played a vital role.
That's a amazing experience. You have been, promoting your book, and that's how it became a bestseller, ranked 12. Tell me, Erleen, promotion is a different task altogether, right? Writing, story, and publishing is one part of the festival that we take part in. So, how did you promote your book? And was it difficult, or did you enjoy the process of promoting your own work, your own story?
It was like a mix of experience, and by the God's grace, a family function approached near that time only. We got like a week for promoting the books. So a family function happened in that period of time only. So Bree Books also handed us some cards. There were some QR cards that Bree Books sent us with the first book that we purchased. So like we took the QR cards with us, and we like took permission from the person whose function was going to be held. So like at that time I told every relatives about my book, and they were like very surprised that at such young
Very
age
lovely.
someone can even write a book. So at that time only the gathering was around 5 to 600. So at that time only my 5 to 600 books were sold.
Amazing experience and amazing, journey.
Yes,
So,
yes, ma'am.
and
And
you are blessed that you had an opportunity where you could, meet different people, and I'm sure when they must have enjoyed, because you have written a good book, and it's interesting to read, and it's quite enjoyable.
yes, ma'am. And ma'am, like in the Gurdwara, also there is one Gurdwara near our house. So like my dadu is the general secretary, and my father is the trustee of the Gurdwara. So on every Wednesday there is something like chupera that has been held on every Wednesday. So at that time also my dadi took me with her with my with cards, and she introduced me to all the staff or the people who were doing seva, and there also 100 to 200 books were sold. So like that only my books were sold during public events.
But you did take, the efforts to kind of talk about your work and tell them that this is what you have published.
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful, Lean. It's been, quite an amazing, you know, conversation that I've had with you. I'm, I'm really, really happy for you, and I wish you, best for your upcoming stories also. And I like to congratulate you for being the 12th bestseller on for this national event. So, Aline, through your story, uh, is there any message you want to give to the reader or otherwise to the people who might watch this podcast?
Ma'am, like there are different types of values that I want to like tell the readers about. First one is like nowadays I have seen that many families have been gotten nuclear. They were like first joined and now everyone has got their own house. Maybe because of a personal issue or maybe because of something like fights. But fights always happens during joint family. There is one or another day that something or any chaos is going to be created, so we have to deal with that instead of getting separated, because in the difficult times only, sometimes in the difficult times we find someone that should help us, but in joint family there is even no need to ask anyone. They can read it from your expressions and they help. And other is like many like grandparents, uncle and aunts, they teach us different values that help us in the long run in future. And it can also help us to manage difficulties in future, or if we have to manage people or speak confidently, because in joint family we talk to each and every person, or like my aunt's side's relatives comes or my dadi's side's relatives comes, so at that time we have to talk to them, we stay with them, so that creates a little bit confidence, and it also like creates many memories, and it also helps us to manage public events and something if we need to manage in future. It makes us ready for the upcoming problems and upcoming ups and downs.
That's a very good message. Uh, we generally, it's very easy for any human to get divided, because a person is stressed or things that, at particular time we feel angry with or agitated. But I think family systems is having a good family, having parents and their parents and, your grandparents, to be able to see them on daily basis. Uh, we learn so much, in terms of experience, and I think uh, we learn how to stay grounded. We learn how to respond to emotions. So uh,
Yes.
it's wonderful that your family believes in this, and you all are together. And God bless you. And thank you so much, Arlene, for this wonderful experience, sharing your life story with us. Congratulations and all the best for your future.
Thank you, ma'am. I would also like to thank you for making such a good conversation, and I would also like to thank Bree Books for creating such a great platform that allowed young minds like us, that inspired many young minds to write with creativity and whatever they want to. It's such a great base.
So welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.